It's June the 6th, 2025. I am at Joel Pearl, thejoelpearl.com on Blue Sky. That's a place you want to be because the other one is currently, just fireball. Not the good kind. It's time to get in the weeds. Fabulous Friday here. It's smoky here in Toronto because of some wildfires out west or in the Midwest. So here we are trying not to inhale too much smoke, but I'm indoors, so I can't complain. Jeremy Lambert is here. He's here. How you doing, Jeremy?
Isn't it great to be alive on a Friday in Ohio, Joel?
I don't think anyone has ever willingly said that. I don't even think when Punk comes to Ohio, he says it.
I feel great to be alive on a Friday in Ohio. I think the sun is out. I think everything is peachy keen. I got a whole lot of sleep last night. I slept for about 12 hours or so. Really good sleep last night. I'm up, ready to attack the day. Just great to be alive on a Friday on Ohio.
You got more sleep than I did. I was asleep at midnight and I was woken up by 6 by my toddler. That sucks.
I fell asleep around 8 o'clock last night, I think. So probably maybe even a little bit more than 12 hours. I was asleep by about 12 or by about 8 last night. Maybe even 7:30. I was in bed super early.
I feel like you were doing the spotlight till 8 and then you probably went to bed, crashed.
I don't remember that happening.
You don't remember doing the spotlight?
No, not really.
You had Mose, from KOBK.
Yeah, none of this sounds legit.
Is this something that Jensen put some money on, and maybe that's why we're forgetting?
Put money on what?
On the spotlight, and we're just trying to remember whether or not spotlight happened, and Jensen puts money on it.
No, maybe. I don't know.
That's entirely possible. I see you're wearing your best white t-shirts today.
Yes, I'm wearing white because I'm happy and bright. You seem very depressed with your black t-shirt. I don't understand why. I mean, you're always wearing a black.
Yeah,
You're always wearing a black shirt, though.
Yeah, that's not really a depiction of mood. That's just more of a I have a lot of those.
Yeah.
I hope that was a timeout. Let's be careful here and tread lightly as we let the fireworks go. Leave a thumbs up on the video. Jeremy's in a great mood.
He's fantastic mood.
Yep, the smile says it all. He's looking forward to a great show. We got plenty of wrestling this weekend. I know he's excited for that. Where's this? Wow. We got the subliminal. What about? Hold on, try it again. There it is. We got it. Fireworks are out, so you leave a thumbs up. And, of course, subscribe to the channel here on Fightful Overbooked. Goes a long way. And you can always send a super chat. Any amount, get your question or your statement read on the air. We always appreciate it. Louis sent a super chat saying, self-banning for overconfidence and jinxing it. Have a wonderful show. Louis, you don't have to self-ban yourself. The overconfidence, I understand. You were so sure that they weren't going to announce Osprey and Swerve at Summer Blockbuster. You were so sure of it, but I told you all on Wednesday, I should say.
True.
They were going to do it. Hashtag Joel was right.
Hashtag Joel is right. Joel is right about everything, folks.
All right, now we got to talk. Are you okay?
What? Yes.
That was the kicker right there. That was the moment. Do you want to talk about TNA wrestling?
Yeah, let's talk about TNA. They had a fantastic show last night. I'm super excited tonight for TNA Against All Odds, starting at a very reasonable hour of 10 o'clock Eastern. But I got a lot of great sleep last night, so I'm prepared to stay up until 1 o'clock to watch TNA tonight. Trick Williams against Elijah, a main event anywhere in the Performance Center. Can't wait for this one. What else is on this show? Frankie Kazarian and Joe Hendry. I can name this show all off the top of my head. That's how excited I am for this one, Joe. Masha Slamovich and Li Ying Li, right? The Nemeths against the Rascals. They added the Hardys and Leon Slater against a mystery partner and the System, right? I got added to this show.
Who do you think the mystery partner is going to be?
I do know the two champions that are going to return.
Do you actually know?
Yes, I do.
Oh, I'm very curious. Would you like to break the news on the show?
No, I've people DM me scoops so I can pre-write
Stories,
Yeah,
right?
so
Although
I
yesterday you had a pretty light day because of that. You were migrating the site around.
yeah, migrating the site around. That was a pain. That was a day, but what can you do?
That's fine. You got to enjoy a day at home, a restful day, right?
Not really. No, because I still had to like write the stories, and then I just had them in like a Google Doc, and then once we could post stuff to the site again, which we've not migrated the site over, by the way. We're still on the same platform we've been on for like 5 years. That I've been told for about 5 years we've been migrating to WordPress, but so I had to, I was able to post them when we were able to post them. So
Yeah,
I still wrote stories yesterday. There's just no one saw them until I finally had the time to post them, or finally had the all clear to post them.
yeah. When I was watching TNA, I was like, how am I going to do this show? How am I going to do this article? Because the site wasn't up. I couldn't do TNA.
Yeah,
So
the
by
show
10:30, I was like, oh, and then it started working, and I was like, no, that's good enough.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all right. What else is happening on this Against All Odds show that's happening at a very reasonable hour that we're all looking forward to?
I feel like I named all the important stuff, didn't I?
That's
Moose
true.
is not deficient. Oh, Steve Macklin and Mance Warner. Can't forget about that. That's a
Fantastic
great
match.
match.
Legitimately looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
Oh, what about your absolute favorite match of the night? You're gonna absolutely love Robert Stone versus Santino Marella for directorship of authority in TNA wrestling.
Definitely can't wait for that one. Robbie E. I think he's gonna win. I think think Tessa might help him out. That's big heat. They love getting the heat in TNA. So
yeah, they love that. They love that TNA heat.
Yeah.
I run ads all day, baby. Every 30 minutes, you get one ad. That's the deal. So maybe you get it early. It's like a roulette wheel. Some of you get it later, some of you get it earlier, and then you just don't see it again for 30 minutes. Start your timer. KFC chicken and Doritos sandwich.
Well, that sounds
I would
pretty
like
good.
to try that. Doesn't sound bad at all. I would try that.
Sounds really good.
Yeah. They added Ali versus Jason Hotch last night.
Main event anywhere in the world.
So I gotta be honest. I am looking forward to this match because I think Jason Hotch is someone who's deserved an opportunity. Do I think he's going to win? No. Do I think him and Ali can have a great match? Yes. I think that's going to be something of a standout performance opportunity for Hotch. And I hope that they continue to move him forward after this because legitimately he is a very good wrestler. It's definitely a plus match. It's a TV plus match. So if it's here, it's just, I won't be watching it live.
You're not going to watch the show live?
No, I will not.
Wow. Fake fan.
Yeah, no, I am. We've already said there's ain't no way we're going to be doing a post show either, so that's fine. It's going to be the perfect show.
Does Cresta want to do a post show with me? I'll be up watching this show with bated breath, hanging on every move as they fight it out at 1:00 in the morning in Arizona.
Well, I mean, it'll be 1:00 here. It'll be in Arizona at 10:00. It'll be fine. I don't think so. Listen, we get lucky that the WWE PLE is going to end at a reasonable hour instead. That thing should be over by 10 p.m. Eastern.
That's unfortunate. You know what we need this weekend, Joel? More wrestling should happen this weekend. After that 4-hour extravaganza on Thursday night or Wednesday night with AEW Fyter Fest.
Wait,
I feel
4
like
hours?
we need 4 hours and 10 minutes, give or take.
What do you mean? Hold on. What? 4 hours? It was over at 10 Eastern, like 10:04.
No,
they did the lights off or the fade to black, and that was it.
Okay. Well, you missed another 2 hours of excellent professional wrestling. It was a great show.
Really?
Yeah. It's a great show. One of the best shows AEW's ever done. You should go back and rewatch it. It was very good.
Maybe that's why when people tell me that Ty Mello came back, I don't believe them.
That was a great return. Ty Mello, N&J, Ty J, back. Ty Mello. That's how her theme music goes.
Does it then go into an Uncle Cracker song?
No, that would be. Tony doesn't like paying for white rapper artist.
I'm trying to think of whether or not there's been a time where we've had a white rapper artist at AEW.
He did get Action Bronson. He did get Action Bronson.
There was Action Bronson for Hook Steve. That's right.
Yeah.
But I feel like maybe that is the only one.
But then Action Bronson said, like, hey, your stuff, your backstage is weird and I want to do more. And then, like, literally the next show, Hook's theme was gone.
Shut it down. Everything but. It's actually very funny that they just did not get rid of it. After, like, they got rid of it, they brought it back. It was very funny. Now you can't see Hook on TV to save your life, so it's okay.
Yeah, he returned and then he just hasn't been referenced since then.
Just side-eyed Samosa Joe, and that was it. Just walked away. Maybe that was his moment. He was just like, yeah, I did it. And then he just goes, and that's it. That's all you need. Follow-up sends a super chat saying, vanilla fumble.
Hold on.
Is what you call when you have a vanilla fumble.
Hold on.
I'm vanilla, baby.
We got to get better on that. Vanilla fumble is what we call when you have a vanilla fumble locked and loaded, but you don't want to talk about it. Just play the Tony Time Cop clip. I know you sent it, but yeah, that was something. And also, the vanilla fumble is you send out allegedly Blake Christian in a match that he's not actually in.
So disappointed. Oh, look at you. How did you know that happened? Because
I saw something on social media that indicated that Blake Christian was there. Hey, can you vamp for 2 seconds? I have to save my wife.
I saved your wife.
Yeah, she'll be fine. Just give me a second.
Okay. Well, I hope she is okay. I've gone more than 2 seconds here. So she's no longer with us because you did not save her in 2 seconds. All right, folks. TNA last night. Everybody, Monsters Ball match between Rosemary and Zaya Brookside. Let me tell you how fantastic this match. You got to go out of your way to watch this one. Rosemary doing great work right now. Zaya Brookside, you wouldn't expect her to maybe be in this type of match, this Monsters Ball style match, but she absolutely killed it. So go out of your way to watch Zaya Brookside and Rosemary in the Monsters Ball match. I'm telling you that right now. Go. Don't turn this show off. You don't need to watch this show anymore. What you need to watch is Zaya Brookside and Rosemary from TNA Impact last night. What else happened in the world of TNA? Well, Joel is back now.
Monsters Ball happened.
Yeah, I know. I mentioned that.
I did save my wife, by the way.
Okay, good.
She's okay.
I mentioned Monsters Ball. I said everybody should stop watching this show and they should go back and they should watch Rosemary and Zaya Brookside.
Well, now hold on. I'm enjoying the positivity, but I don't want it to come at the expense of our show.
Well, they had like hockey sticks and hockey pucks because they were in Canada and everything. They had doors and chairs in this Monsters Ball match. It was a great match. I feel like you should watch that instead of this show. We could tell you how great this match is, or you could check it out for yourself and just see how great this match is.
You can watch it for free on YouTube at 6 p.m. Eastern all summer long on the TNA Wrestling YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But also, I kind of wish that Zaya Brookside had tried to feed one of the pucks to Rosemary instead of trying to beat her up with one. Would have been much funnier. Yeah. Just make them come on, eat rubber, baby. It was a fine match. It was a fun little Monsters Ball.
I think you're underselling it, Joel. This was a fantastic match. One of the best matches of the week.
What did you think of Zaya Brookside as she came out acting her way through the crowd? She had been, put in under lock and key, no food, no water, no lights, in a dark cell, and she comes out, she's like, the light, it burns. What do you think of her acting? Was it good?
That was exactly what like Abyss did the first time he came out for Monsters Ball. So she was just following the great Abyss and how he acted when he was first released for Monsters Ball. So yes, I appreciated Zaya Brookside's homage to Abyss.
That's maybe that's what it was. I figured maybe exactly she was overacting a little bit.
No. And you notice that like the match kind of started with a cookie sheet. The cookie sheet, obviously Abyss brought the cookies to WWE that one time. So it was all Abyss tributes there to start, Joel. As the resident TNA reviewer, you should understand these callbacks and references. I'm sorry that I have to educate you on them.
We can all just admit that Zaya Brookside is not the greatest actress. compared to Abyss, who was a masterclass actor. There's a reason why he has the success and notoriety that he has today.
Yes.
Also, Zaya took a door pretty well. Got speared through that door real well. That was fun. So that was Monsters Ball. Was there anything else from TNA that you really, really enjoyed and want to talk about? Because normally we try to pick one thing.
The whole show, Joel. Let's go back. Let's review it segment by segment.
Good news is there's a whole review over on Fightful's main channel with myself and Cresta Star that we don't need to rehash.
All right. I'm willing to talk TNA today.
I know.
Joel.
That's kind of the problem.
You always want to talk TNA. Now I'm ready to talk TNA, and you're not there with me.
I'm not there. I'm just not. The main event was not good. It was a 6-man send the crowd home happy main event.
I disagree about not good.
No, you thought it was great. You big Nemeth fan, huh? Big Ryan Nemeth guy.
I do like Ryan Nemeth. Great comedian, great actor. You know, he's on stage. He's on Broadway or off Broadway. He's somewhere on Broadway. But Mike Santana getting the big push as well. He got the big pin on Ryan Nemeth. And now Mike Santana, Matt Hardy, Leon Slater. Do you think their mystery partner is going to be Jake something, since you teased that last time?
I mean, it should be Jake something, but who knows at this point?
I'll confirm this much for everybody. The champions that will be returning, one of them is not in this match. The two people returning, they don't have anything to do with this match. The two people returning might be tag team related. All right.
Check a private chat.
Nope.
Really? Hey? It's actually very funny. Ryan Adams says, I'm hyped for the SmackDown preview. That'll come later. That's okay.
Okay.
TNA was a show. And tonight Against All Odds starts at 10 p.m. Everyone's going to be excited to watch it. I know it. Big shout out to Casey Navarro and AJ Francis. They're going to have Mike Santana on their first class penthouse. I know people are very excited for that particular venture. I know you are. You're a big AJ Francis guy.
I hope AJ Francis has his Switch too, and he brags about it, and he calls everyone poor, and he calls Mike Santana a poor, and he gets a lot of great heat off of that. And
do you think Santana steals the Switch too and breaks it?
No, because that's kind of a heel move to do. So
but
I know
if it played in his face, then you get away with it.
That seems like a waste of money, though. Like maybe it's a Switch 1 disguised as a Switch 2. You know, like that's fine. But
what if he steals it? What if he steals the Switch 2 and just says, "This is mine now"?
Okay, I'm fine with that. Maybe they'll just play Mario Kart during the pay-per-view. Just they battle it out in Mario Kart World. Well,
look at the way TNA set is now. They've got the two LED boards on either side. Maybe one LED board is Mario Kart, and the other one is whatever is on the other side. The logos and the wrestlers and all that stuff coming out.
No, okay, I'm fine. I'm fine with that.
And they find online play for that Mario Kart game too. So like people in the arena can all log into that Switch account, and they can all play Mario Kart live instead of watching the wrestling show.
Okay.
I like Senior Nerd saying steal the Switch 2, give it to his daughter. That's what Santana should do.
Okay. I'm all for that. Yeah. I like that idea. Maybe his daughter, maybe a fan. That would be pretty good giveaway for Mike Santana.
He should give it to the fan that Northern Armory beat up in the stands yesterday.
That was good. I did see that. That was good. I hope that fan is okay. That looked pretty dangerous, but hopefully the fan's good.
For 2 seconds, I thought it was Darren McCarty coming back to TNA.
Darren McCarty would have messed up Eric Young in the Northern Armory. So
that would have been very funny if they had McCarty do that.
They wouldn't have tried him.
Oh man, the fact that they turned Northern Armory face in Canada just to get no reaction and then turn them back to heels just for Against All Odds and going back stateside, that popped me so much because it was useless. It did not need to happen.
I disagree. You have to play to the crowd that is there in front of you. And so in Canada, they decided to make Eric Young, the babyface, to get a good reaction. And I thought he got a great reaction, one of the best reactions on the night. And maybe they should have just put the X Division title on him last night, but they didn't. They kept it on Moose. But Moose has been a great champion, and Moose might end up breaking the record for longest reigning X Division champion at this point. So
he is third now, I think.
Yeah.
Good for him. Good for Moose. All he's got to do is defend it. Masha Slamovich, Laying Lee, you mentioned. That's going to be it's going to be a fun match. I think Laying Lee is going to accidentally knock out Masha Slamovich.
No, let's not put that out there. That was an unfortunate incident that happened, and
Twice.
we don't want to joke about things like that.
Twice.
Okay, well, it's still an unfortunate incident that happened.
Will there be blood in the Macklin Warner match?
I think so. It's a Impact Plus special. I think they'll get some hardway heat, not hardway heater, but hardway heat.
I will let Santana know that he can be added to the Switch family plan. Thank you.
There you go. Okay. Look at that.
Next time he's on the next time he's on our show, which will probably be not promoting a TNA event, we'll have him on.
He's doing one for Puerto Rican weekend. Yeah,
that's this weekend. That he's doing tonight.
Oh,
is it Saturday? Is Puerto Rican weekend?
For some reason, I thought it was next weekend, but
I feel like it's next. But let's take a quick look.
That's great. More wrestling this weekend. It's already a huge weekend with Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank and Against All Odds and Tournament of Survival and Cage of Survival. Puerto Rican weekend as well. Great. Yep. A lot more wrestling to watch.
So no Santana at the TV tapings for Saturday. So 2 weeks without Santana. I guess he's going to get written out somehow.
Well, they might tape stuff before Impact, right? Or before the show tonight.
Backstage stuff. Again, I think that this should lend to a number one contendership match for Santana at the TV tapings in June, in later June, the one they're doing in Pennsylvania, something like that. I like Santana. Everyone knows this. I know Jeremy loves Santana.
Huge fan of Mike Santana.
Who else are you a big fan of, Jeremy?
Everybody on the TNA roster, Joel.
Everybody. Big Tessa Blanchard fan, eh? I guess that's the right answer. If you're gonna have one bit from this show, it's this one. Hi, Urban Survivor. Where are we next? All right, I'm getting off the TNA train. I talked about it last night with Crust, so go check out the main post show on the main.
We got a preview. We have to preview TNA Against All Odds. I don't feel like we talked enough.
We did. We absolutely did.
Who do you think's gonna win? Who do you think's gonna win? Who do you think's gonna win? Robert Stone and Santino Marella.
I think Stone wins. I think the heat is there, and there's a bigger story for First of all, I do have to say, I'm not a big Santino fan, and the promo that he cut on Thursday was actually pretty good for what Santino normally is. He's normally a comedy guy. He came out and cut like a good half jokey, but also still serious kind of promo. So that was good. Santino taking time off is good for everyone. Santino, the fans, we could all use a break from the silliness of Santino. Stone is different. He'll get a lot of heat. He still does right now. So have him kind of run amok for basically until Slammiversary, and then do another match that either brings back Santino or, makes Stone even more of a heel when he wins that match. So I'm fine with that.
Okay.
How about you? What do you think?
I think Robert Stone's going to win. He's going to revert to his Robbie E gimmick.
He's going to start spiking his hair and everything?
Yeah.
I'd say he'd take care and spike his hair, but it's not really a thing.
But he's going to be Robert Stone on NXT still. He's going to be Robbie E on TNA.
Would it be really funny if he does the TNA show with his hair like that, way up there, and then he shows up in NXT with his hair way up, and people are like, "What did you do?" And he's like, "Oh, be right back." And he comes back and his hair's fixed.
Yeah, I actually like that idea.
Yeah, we should all do that one. Matthew Hook's asking if we gave thoughts on the Elena Black Helwani interview. Yes, we did earlier this week. You can go find out what we had to say about it. Tuesday show, Tuesday and Wednesday show. We kind of touched on it. You touched more on it on Tuesday, and then I caught up on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So there we go. I do not see Lee capturing the Knockouts World title tonight. This is an opportunity for her. Again, this is the Masha Slamovich needs opponents train is about to take out, and we need to figure out who that's going to be. I think Dani Luna is about to turn heel, and maybe they'll give her an opportunity to go after Masha. But otherwise, I was shocked not to see Jody Threat do anything in the Canadian tapings. She came out and cut a promo about Border Brawl before the show, before the tapings happened. But other than that, like we haven't seen Jody Threat on TNA in the last couple of weeks, which is surprising. So who knows if she's back or if they're waiting for something with her. But it looks like Dani Luna is gonna turn heel. That's where I'm seeing things go.
Very possible. Very possible.
Anything else from that show that you're thinking of? I do want to say I know we're having fun this morning. The production crew on all those vignettes last night, the ones for Masha, the ones for Laying Lee, the one for Elijah, I thought they were very well done. If you're going to go back and watch those like anything from last night's TNA, we usually give a little bit of one thing you should watch from TNA, but today's a little different. This is one of those segments, the Elijah one, and then the Masha one and the Laying Lee. I thought they were very well produced. Thought they looked good. They were visually appealing, and the content was good too.
They were excellent vignettes. Shout out to the TNA production team. All of their frame rates were in top order. All of their audio was synced up. And yes, it's 6:00 p.m. Eastern, everybody. You can watch this show for free on YouTube, talking about TNA Impact. So before you settle in for a great night of TNA Against All Odds action at 10, at 6, you can watch the show for free on YouTube. It'd probably make more sense if you had it like 6:00 and then it leads right into the pay-per-view at 8. But that local crowd in Phoenix, they are far more important than anybody else. So we have to start the show at the local time of 8:00 instead of the local time, or instead of the usual time of 8 Eastern.
Yeah, they have to go to the local Taco Bell cantina and then get loaded and go over to the show. It's not racist. It's something that actually exists.
I mean, sure, but like, why'd you single out top? Why can't they go to McDonald's?
I don't think there's a McDonald's there. Let's take a look. They're at the Mullet Arena, which is
There's
hilarious
McDonald's
thing.
everywhere, Joel.
I know, but is there one across the street? We're gonna find out. Oh, it's near the Desert Financial Arena. It's literally right where they just did Double or Nothing. Okay, hold on. Let's see restaurants. There's a Chop Shop. Well, we're just gonna look up McDonald's. How about that? McDonald's. There is no McDonald's across the street. The closest one is a 30-minute walk from the venue.
Okay, that's not bad. 30 minutes, get a lot of steps in. A 30-minute walk would be like, what of a drive? That's not a long drive at all. I mean, like 10 minutes.
The Taco Bell canteen is a 10-minute walk.
Okay. Maybe people want to get their steps in. If they're going to eat McDonald's, get your steps in beforehand, and then you feel better about eating your McDonald's.
There's like a whole lot of stuff here. So there's a Desert Financial Arena. There's the Mountain America Stadium. Oh, because it's on the Arizona State University campus. Okay. They're just going to paper it with college students.
I don't like the allegations that TNA would paper their arena. They're hot right now, in case you've been living under a rock.
I have.
They are doing great numbers. They're selling out events all across their world. They're the last pay-per-view, Under Siege, completely sold out. The crowd was under siege, as how they were overcrowded but under siege for that event. And then Against All Odds will also be overcrowded. Against all odds, because people are doubting TNA. Joel, you should not doubt TNA.
I will doubt whoever I want. College is out, but not the students. They can be wherever they want to be. Pizza Bear has been fired by the Dallas Stars. No, never.
Okay. Well, that's unfortunate that Pizza Bear is no longer employed. He was a great coach. He had a fantastic first round victory this year, Game 7, he's like undefeated in Game 7s, and they made it to the conference finals. You know, they ran into a juggernaut of the Edmonton Oilers, who have been back-to-back Stanley Cup Finals now. So Pete DeBoer is a great coach. Wish him well in his future. I assume wherever he ends up, he will continue to always defeat the Colorado Avalanche in the playoffs. So good on Pete DeBoer. He'll get a job somewhere. He's a fantastic coach.
I assume he'll wind up in Toronto.
He could take them very far. He could at least take them to the conference finals. He always goes to the conference finals.
See, that's all you need to do is get to the conference finals and you're set to go. All right, we're done with TNA talk.
Are we ever done with TNA talk, Joel?
I don't think
you
we're
sure?
ever truly done. I don't think we're ever truly done.
You sure you don't want to talk more TNA?
Positive. I think we've hit the TNA wall.
All right. I'm here to talk total nonstop action wrestling.
Are you sure? I don't think you do. We don't need to. So what else can we talk about?
Well, it's a big weekend, as we've mentioned, Joel. We have Puerto Rican weekend. We have GCW, Tournament of Survival, Cage of Survival, Worlds Collide, Money in the Bank. SmackDown is tonight, another 3-hour extravaganza that I can't wait for. There's so much wrestling to talk about, Joel. Just pick something. Pick something wrestling related to talk about.
You're going to be watching all 3 hours of SmackDown, will you?
Of course. And then I'm going to have Against All Odds on another screen as well. I'm sure there's some like really good independent show that I can throw on a third screen. I can't wait to just consume myself with wrestling this weekend.
Blink twice if you're okay.
On 2.
You had to count it. Now I'm starting to think.
Well, I'm not paid to do math, so like I got to make sure my numbers are correct so people don't get weird or anything.
Monty Brown's coming to StarCast. I know that this channel is very excited, including the co-host.
Can't wait. He should be in the Casino Gauntlet. He should win that thing too. Like, what are we doing if Monty Brown's not going to win the Casino Gauntlet? He's there. I was so mad at the Detroit tapings when Jeff Jarrett's taking a photo with him and Lance Archer's taking a photo. I was like, oh, Monty Brown's in the building. Like, have him wrestle. Have him do something. I assume he doesn't want to, but like, I hope Tony at least asks. He's like, hey, what about a pounds period? Could you imagine Tony like pounds period?
Tony Schiavone doing that or Tony Khan?
Both. Why not both of them? They both just go up to Monty and they finish each other's sentences. You know how Tony Schiavone makes announcements for Tony Khan on the show? Like that's what happens. Tony Khan's like, Monty, how about you give him a pounds? And Schiavone's like, period. Hell yeah.
I think that's a good way to not get booked. I think it's a good way. You just walk away and be like, never talk to me or my son again.
Oh, you get some cash out of that. Like Monty Brown should be able to get whatever he wants. If I'm Tony Khan or Schiavone, both of them, they can both throw money at him. Like 500,000, 1 pounds. That's it. Tony's got money. Just give us a Monty Brown appearance. That's all we're asking for.
500,000 and you get to ride on the boat and the helicopter. You get to land the helicopter on the boat. You specifically, Monty, you get to land the helicopter. When I saw the photo of Monty Brown and Jeff Jarrett at an AEW show, I was like, oh, they're talking about something. He ain't just visiting because they're in Detroit for this show. They were talking about something.
I hope so, but it does seem like he was just visiting.
I think he was being visited by the ghosts of StarCast.
Maybe. I mean, maybe it was a StarCast talk, but I think that was more like Lance Archer got him to do that than Jeff Jarrett. I think Lance even put a tweet out of like he's honored that Monty Brown would do this. I think Lance has more of his ear than Jeff Jarrett does.
Maybe Lance Archer is Jeff Jarrett in a mask. What if we're all just Jeff Jarrett in a mask?
Could you imagine? That's why I have so much energy today, because Jeff Jarrett.
Ain't he great?
He is.
He is. But we don't walk around telling... That's true. We don't call people slap nuts enough.
Well, you can't just let people know that you were Jeff Jarrett. You know what I mean?
Why? It's not like it's a Men in Black scenario where we're dealing with an alien.
Nah.
Okay. I think everyone should know that there are multiple Jeffs Jarrett walking around.
Okay.
Lance Archer is actually gravity. I can get behind that statement. Lance Archer's mom doesn't know that wrestling is a shoot. Or sorry, is a work. What do you think?
We're all working and shooting, brother. Don't work yourself into a shoot, you jabroni Mark.
Oh boy, are you ever talking to the choir on this one? There was a rumor out of the Observer this morning. Mike Tenay was discussed for the Worlds Collide show for commentary, but he's not, as of right now, he's not scheduled for it. He was discussed, and it seems to be that the report indicates Tenay was not contacted, but merely discussed.
No.
I'm sure people are going to run with this as something completely nothing, but I like the idea that they at least may have said, hey, Tenay did the last one in 94. Why not bring him back? People seem to be a big fan of the idea.
It would be great if they got Tenay for it. I don't know if Tenay is open to do it. I mean, he hasn't done wrestling announcing in like a decade now. He finished up with TNA in like 2015, maybe in the end of 14. It was that weird transition from Josh Matthews, but Tenay was like still part of the company and everything. He just wasn't the full-time announcer. He was doing like backstage stuff. And then he basically retired shortly after that. And he really hasn't, outside of going into the Impact Hall of Fame with Don West 2 years ago, 2023 is when they got inducted, pretty sure. He really hasn't been around wrestling at all. So I don't know how much Mike Tenay keeps up on the current product and how much like he fully knows with everything. Obviously, back in the day, he was super plugged in to the Lucha Libre scene, and like that's really how he got on air as often as he did, because he was brought in as the lucha expert with everything. So, but I don't know how plugged in he is nowadays with everything. And I imagine this was like a Jeremy Borash pitch, right? I don't think Triple H is.
I think that's a safe pitch. I also think that part of the reason this was in the newsletter was to gauge the reaction from the fans and be like, should we make one last ditch effort? Because they're in LA, Tenay lives in Vegas, at least as we last heard. So like the drive isn't that far. He could do it, in a morning and come to the show and be a part of it. And if Tenay wanted to do it, like it's right there for him. So I think maybe the idea was here, like this was their Hail Mary. Let's gauge the reaction and then we can push based off of this. Be like, hey, Dirt Sheets wants you at the show, pal. And sorry, I don't know why Vince is the one saying that, but point is they can just go to Tenay, be like, hey, you want to do it? And maybe Tenay says yes, and maybe he just says, nah, I'm good. I don't want to do any more wrestling stuff. I had my TNA Hall of Fame induction, and that's good enough for me. And that's it. I'd like to see Mike Tenay show up and basically tell Pat McAfee why he's wrong about everything Mr. Iguana related. Or do you think Tenay would show up and be like, I love Mr. Iguana. He's my favorite wrestler.
He might.
Where is La Parca? I need to talk to him. Is he on the show? He's on the show, isn't he?
La Parca?
La Parca 15?
No, I don't think he's been announced for anything.
Oh, he's not. You're right.
Yeah.
This show, it's like a 3-match show right now, isn't it?
At least 4. There's 2 trios matches. 5. Okay. Yeah, I knew there was at least 4. There's 2 trios matches. There's Gable and Vikingo. There's the Vacar tag match and the NXT North American. Yeah, 5.
I'm aware that La Parca, the original, is dead, but they've also brought him back, hence La Parca 15. And I know that there's LA Park as well. No rights to the music for La Parca. That's true. They'd have to really stretch their money for that one. Yeah, you got 5 matches on this card. And meanwhile, Money in the Bank has 4. So good. Wrestling will be over and done by 10 p.m. Eastern. I think they'll add one more match tonight on SmackDown.
I don't think they will.
I think they'll add like a women's singles match. I know they have Lyra and Becky, but they might just add a U.S. title, or they'll do it tonight, a U.S. title match.
I don't think they will, because I think they want this show over. There's a UFC pay-per-view this weekend.
316, hell.
I think they want this show over in plenty of time for the UFC. And when you factor in like the post-show, which I know they're not like super, they're not going to go all out on the post-show or anything, but I think they want to kind of wrap everything by 10 o'clock. Maybe the post show goes a little past 10. You also got to factor in the hour and 15 minutes of ads that they have to run during the show.
That's true. They have to show you why dude wipes are something you need in your life, which, like, for wrestling fans, is probably a true statement. They probably use some dude wipes. What else? What else could wrestling fans use? Mountain Dew? Yeah, well, it's something they already have. Is there anything else that the wrestling fans are like, we really need you to buy this product because it'll make your life better?
I feel like everything wrestling fans should just buy all the products.
Yeah. More Prime? Would you drink Prime?
Prime? I've legitimately never had Prime. Never tasted it. The kids have had it. You know, sometimes they get them after like games, like a soccer game or a basketball game or a baseball game or whatever. You know, they give the little treat bags, you know, and it's got like a Prime in there. So I know like kids have had it. They're always, when I tell them that, like, hey, you know that Prime drink that you may or may not like, this guy here, he's the inventor of Prime. And they're like, oh, okay. They don't really care.
Not even that he's in the main event tomorrow night, I guess.
Not really. Again, they don't care that this dude invented Prime as a wrestler. They're not really, except for you know, there's a couple that like the wrestling, but even they don't care. They're like, oh, this dude invented Prime. Like, all right, cool. Seems okay. You know?
But when the Costco guys show up, they're all about it, right?
The Costco guys, they do love the Costco guys. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember the story. Text all your friends about it.
Yeah. They like bringing the boom.
What do you think the Costco guys are going to do at All In this year? They're scheduled to be there. Bring the boom. Yes.
Bring the boom. What do you mean? What are they going to do? They're going to do the same thing they do every time they're there, Joel. They bring the boom.
That's true. Like nobody can.
Yeah.
And the rest of I forget the rest of it. He's a founder of Prime. Is that guy?
Sorry. Apologies. Invented. Yeah, that's fair. Founder and sure. My bad on that one.
What a dumb question, Henry says. Yeah, I get it. They bring the boom. I know. I just thought maybe are they going to team with Max Caster not Max Caster, sorry, with Anthony Bowens? They should team with Bowens.
Does Bowens bring the boom?
Bowens will bring because he does the Molly Wop, and that's a big boom of his own.
We never got the payoff for Jericho and the Costco guys. We never got that match.
I think we're gonna get it in Texas, baby. By the way, you want to talk about Joel is right again. I gave you a whole list of people, and we got Christian was the big return of people who are working towards their next storyline. So Christian and Nick Wayne came back on Wednesday night. There you go. Now we just have to bring back the other 17 people that we mentioned. But Boom versus Jericho, AJ versus Jericho, that's perfect. We should do it.
That's a great match. I want to see that.
Big AJ winning the Casino Gauntlet. Oh my goodness.
I mean, that would be fantastic if Big Boom won the Casino Gauntlet. You should cash in on Moxley at the end of the night.
I was going to say Moxley retains the title. Big Boom AJ cashes in, wins the AEW World title, takes it out of the briefcase, and gives it 5 booms. And then he absconds with the title, and we never see him again. Wrestling. Anyway, Worlds Collide is actually this weekend. Let's talk about this card. Are you going to be watching live on the YouTube?
I will be watching live. Yes, the YouTube. I don't know. I assume it's on Peacock, and it's listed on Peacock, so I'll be watching on Peacock.
I know we had this conversation because someone asked about it, and you did mention that it is going to be on Peacock. So there you go. For anyone who keeps asking, tell all your friends it is listed on Peacock. I'm not a Peacock subscriber because I'm Canadian. Ergo, I just use YouTube and Netflix.
Okay. No, I'll be
5-match card. What's the main event? Is it the Chad Gable and Vikingo match?
I would assume so, yeah.
Because it's for Mega Champion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ethan Page, Javon Evans, Laredo Kid, and Ray Phoenix. 4-way for the NXT North American title. Feels like this is an Ethan Page victory.
I don't know.
You think someone else walks out with this thing? Laredo Kid's part of it. Maybe TNA walks out with the NXT title.
I think it could be Javon Evans.
Okay. I mean, in my eyes, Ethan Page just won it on Tuesday or 2 Tuesdays ago. So thought maybe they would, keep the title on him for just a little while longer. Maybe wait until Great American Bash.
Okay. I think it could be Javon Evans.
Stephanie Vaquer and Lola Vice team up to go up against Chick Tormenta and Dallas. I assume this is Lola Vice getting the win for her team, trying to build her credibility in NXT as well.
I think Vaquer is just going to win. I don't know. Why does Lola Vice need to get the victory?
Beat all three of them because they're trying to push her up the card too in NXT.
Sure, but Vaquer, she's going to wrestle in the Money in the Bank ladder match later on.
I think she'll get the hot tag, but I think she'll be mostly dormant for the match. Like I don't think she's going to do nothing, but I think she'll be saved a little bit for this match. Let Lola take care of a lot of this match, and that she will get the pinfall victory. And they'll be like, "Oh, Buck!" Dude, I don't know who's going to be on the call. It's McAfee and Cole. So they're just going to mess up all the names anyway. That's just going to be great. But Lola Vice I think she's going to get the win for her team.
Okay.
Do you think the crowd's going to do the
I think they'll count. They've been they were counting on Raw. I think they're going to count.
Didn't you do it twice? And the first time they counted, and then the second time they did the stupid Booker thing?
Flipped it. The first time they kind of did the Booker thing. The second time they counted.
I'm fine with the count. I can take the counting. That's fine. I just think we don't need the horn.
Could you imagine Mike Tenay on commentary calling that and doing that?
The only time I would be okay with it because it's just so ridiculous that it's funny. Only time. she calls it the devil's kiss. Do it with me, boys. God, I miss Don West. That sounds awful. Let's do it. Legado del Fantasma. That's Santos Escobar, Angel, and Berto take on El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr., Pagano, and Psycho Clown. That's a match that they were heavily promoting as well for this show. It was one of the first things that they promoted on this thing. Who's winning this? Is this the Legado win, or is this the three elder statesmen of AAA?
I think this might be the AAA victory here because I don't think they care that if they don't want to beat Santos, but because they're doing kind of dissension between the other two, Garza and Angel. No, Garza and Berto. Sorry,
because they're doing Garza because they're both named Garza and Humberto. Yeah,
because they're doing dissension there. I could see them losing here.
I think this is the match that the WWE guys win. I think Legado wins because there's still one more, and that's the LWO. It's going to be Dragon Lee and Cruz del Toro, and now they've got Lince Dorado because Joaquin Wild got knocked out on a speed match on Monday night. Shout out to Andrew, who, by the way, a different Andrew, one of our listeners who DM'd me about it, and then we were kind of talking it through. And regardless, Joaquin got knocked out, so Lince is going to replace him in this match. They're taking on Octagon Jr., Aerostar, and Mr. Iguana. Nice to see Octagon Jr. is okay after getting taken out by the system in TNA a couple of weeks ago. So he's gonna be back. And also, like, this is the match that Mr. Iguana is now gonna have to win because Pat wants him to win. So Pat's gonna have Mr. Iguana win the match. Latino World Order continues to be a bunch of losers.
Maybe they're gonna win one of these trios matches, right?
Yeah, and I think this is the one where the AAA guys win: Aerostar, Octagon Jr., and Mr. Iguana.
Okay, it's very possible this is the one they win. I assume they're going to win one of them. I think there's a storyline of Legado loses and they're still not on the same page because Berto is not fully trusting of Escobar. So I think there's a better storyline reason for them to lose.
Yeah, I get it. There's a WWE storyline reason for it. On the other side, it's just because of the stupid Mr. Iguana push. I think they might just do that. So there you go. Someone's saying it's not on Peacock. Worlds Collide is on YouTube only. So Jeremy, if you want to look, check your Peacock again so you can dunk on somebody. You're welcome to.
No, I mean, look, they had it listed. Maybe it's gone now. I'll double check it, but they did have it listed at when we checked it the other week. I don't know, sometimes they do things for random ass reasons.
Dunk on people, Jeremy. Dunk on them.
I'm not here to dunk on people.
Dunk them. Dunk them.
There's no like page set up for it on Peacock. I will say that. Like there's like a page for Money in the Bank that says like, hey, tomorrow 5:30, and you can like check it out. So there is no like title page on there like there is for Money in the Bank. But if you go to the like Peacock WWE schedule, it was there. And see if it's still there.
Y'all can't tell me I'm wrong because I'm not the one who's actually looking at Peacock here. I don't have Peacock.
It is gone off of the Peacock schedule now. So like when I checked it the other week, it was there. I was literally on the page, and now it is not there. So there you go.
So it's going to be back tomorrow. You'll see. And then we're going to dunk on dorks. Hashtag dunking on dorks.
Oh, we appreciate the updated information. Thank you. Not here to dunk on anybody.
You're an awful nice person.
But
Both awful and a nice person.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Bob McGee, for pointing that out, that it is no longer listed on Peacock.
You think that's his real name?
Could be.
People on the internet just don't lie, right?
Yeah.
All right, just making sure. Is there anything else? Who else? We got Worlds Collides going on. And then, of course, there's Money in the Bank. So, it's true. You got to stop spreading misinformation.
My fault.
About that Peacock. Yeah, it's okay. Money in the Bank. It's okay. We still understand and we support you. Why would anyone use a fake name online? That's true. Everybody's name on the internet is real. Isn't that right? Henry Bears? I don't think so. 2025 Money in the Bank. They're in LA. John Cena's got a match. Everyone's excited for it. By which I mean no one's really that excited, but it's the main event. Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso team up, take on John Cena and Logan Paul. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a match. Are you excited for John Cena and Cody Rhodes to renew their rivalry with two other guys?
I'm very much looking forward to this match between John Cena and Logan Paul against Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. I feel like people have undersold this match. We have the two world champions together in this match, against each other. How often do we get to see that? I understand that it happens once a year now at Crown Jewel, for the Crown Jewel Championship, the most important title in all of wrestling. But typically, you don't have these champion versus champion matches. So I feel like it's not made a big enough deal that we have the two world champions together against each other in this match. Should be a great match. John Cena, one of the greatest of all times. Logan Paul, Jey Uso, fantastic wrestler, and Cody Rhodes, another fantastic wrestler.
What do you think about Logan Paul? You said he was a great wrestler, but what else do you think?
I think he is a wrestler.
Anything else you want to add about Logan Paul? Because he does a lot of things. He's kind of like Sting. He does this, he does that.
Let's not do that.
Well, why not? I mean, we're talking about how people do a lot of things. We just want to make sure that we give credit to the people that we're giving credit to on a good day like this.
We're not going to put Logan Paul in the same category as Sting.
I mean, I think that there's an argument to be had. Logan Paul loves to go to the top of the rafters and work his way from the bottom to the top. He's been screwed by someone that he thinks wronged him in the past, and now he's coming back for what's his. He wants that title from John Cena. It's very possible that he is Sting-like in his abilities. Maybe not in wrestling, but maybe in life.
We're not gonna compare Logan Paul to Sting.
I wish you saw it. You're just not there yet. You will be. You'll see it. You'll get there.
Nope.
You will. Lyra Valkyria defends her Women's Intercontinental Championship against Becky Lynch. It's a last chance match, which means if Becky wins, She's got the Intercontinental Championship, and Lyra has to raise her hand. But if Becky loses, she can no longer challenge for the title as long as Lyra Valkyria is champion. Feel like they stack the deck here, but I think Becky loses.
Think we get a Bayley return here?
It would be nice. I mean, it's maybe time to start going towards the Becky versus Bayley SummerSlam match, but would you want that to be for the Intercontinental Championship, or would you want this just to be a grudge match?
I'm fine with it being a grudge match as long as the Intercontinental title then does not take a back seat because they're doing Becky and Bayley. But if they're just going to treat the Intercontinental title like they've been treating the U.S. title, then put the Intercontinental title on Becky and have it be important and add something important to this match, which it doesn't need a title. Becky and Bayley doesn't. But I would rather it have the title and have that extra value than not have the title and the title be treated like a joke or just disappear off television.
I think I'd rather see Lyra as the Intercontinental Women's Champion, because if this is a true mid-card women's belt and it's there to enhance your women's mid-card, I'd like to keep it on someone who has shown a lot of growth in this position, and also still the first-time champion. And also Becky and Bayley in a plunder match or just some sort of stipulation match at SummerSlam could easily give whoever wins some sort of credence to going after the women's world title. And whoever's holding that after SummerSlam, that could be a good challenge, whether that's Becky or Bayley. If Io Sky still has the belt, I could see Becky going after Io Sky and that being a great match. Unfortunately, that means you're going to beat Bayley pretty quickly upon her return, when really the story should be that Bayley gets her comeuppance, at which point you're beating Becky 3 times in a row just to get this story kind of, moving forward. So I don't know. I think that Becky and Bayley should be going after each other to inevitably go after a women's world title while Lyra finds her next opponent, and that becomes the story. The women's United States Championship doesn't feel important at all. I agree with Ace in that one. There's just been a lack of challengers. There's been a lack of credibility, but Lyra, at least, it took a while. But don't get us wrong. Like, when it started, after she won that title, she sat dormant for almost a month, didn't have any challengers, and then they started kind of bringing some people around. The Becky Lynch story has moved that title a little bit forward. And also, again, Lyra has grown in this position. So it's made that title a lot more interesting and a lot more prestigious in a way than the United States Women's Championship.
What if Bayley returns and sides with Becky and it was all a swerve?
Bro, I don't think that's going to work, bro.
Okay.
What if you bring that blonde-haired woman from NXT up right away? Because all the fans really wanted her on main roster. And she goes after Lyra Valkyria.
Okay.
And she says, "Let me introduce myself.
Don't do it.
My name..." What do you mean? Don't do what?
Go ahead.
With what?
Go ahead.
My name's Mariah Moon.
Okay.
But you can call me April, May, June. Oh, yeah.
Exactly. No pop.
You played that a little too early. You had to let it sit for a minute.
May, June. So no, I did not play it too early.
April, May, June. That's the name.
WWE and Great American Bank Center in Corpus Christi, Texas, have announced a WWE Super Show, which is currently a house show, for July 19th. So they are running 3 shows in Texas the same weekend as All In. And then the week after All In, they are running another show in Texas.
It's a Saturday night, July 19th.
Yeah. Why?
I have no idea.
Why are they running 4 shows in Texas? And I mean, we know why, but
yeah, I was going to say one of those might be canceled at that point, because
what are they going to cancel? The house show? They're going to cancel the house
that's
show.
the thing. They're not going to cancel the house show. July 19th, is that a holiday weekend?
I don't think so. I think it's the week after All In. I think they're just trying to undercut ticket sales. It's like, hey, go to this NXT show or this WWE show or this WWE show or this WWE house show. Like that's all they're trying to do. They're just trying to undercut ticket sales.
Well, I mean, I understand that, but like it's the week after All In. So
yes,
are you really gonna undercut that much? I understand money is a thing, but it's like you're doing it on the same weekend, the counter programming. Like I don't like it, but I understand the whole reason they do it. But doing it the weekend after is just like, unless you're gonna load up the card and tell me that like Roman Reigns is coming back and John Cena is gonna work, and you telling me that this is gonna be the biggest WWE show that they've got for a house show. That's the only way that I think it works. Have they announced any talent for this?
It's all on the poster is Rhea, Cody, Liv, New Day, Gunther, Tiffany, and Jey Uso. So those are the postered talent. It's a super show, which theoretically means Raw and SmackDown talent. They don't care to load this show up. I mean, you'll get Cody most likely, and maybe you get a John Cena appearance. Who knows? I don't think they're gonna do one appearance for him, waste an appearance when they've already got him on what is likely Saturday night's main event anyway, the week before. It's just to undercut sales. It's just to say, hey, spend your money on this WWE event instead of this AEW event. Instead of traveling to this AEW show, come get tickets to this WWE event. That's all it is. It's just to undercut AEW sales.
It's just a weird like choice of timing. Again, I understand that doing it the week after is like it's not at that point. It's not even petty. It's just it feels like poor planning to me. But who knows? Maybe I'm crazy.
It's just kind of dumb. Like honestly, like you're already running 3 shows in Texas that weekend. Do you really need to run a 4th of the following week? Like really? They
got to turn that into a special of some sorts. Like
I don't think they are.
I think once they see what the ticket sales are like, that will dictate whether or not they want to do something with it.
I don't think it's a special at all. I think it's a house show to undercut AEW. I don't think they're already putting Great American Bash, Saturday night's main event, and Evolution on Peacock. They're just going to throw another show the week after on Peacock. They film this for YouTube. It's just hey, come out to this house show. Don't go to AEW. That's all it is. Like we don't need to overthink this and believe that it's going to be a special. They're going to put John Cena. No, they're not. They're not overthinking this. Their goal is house show. Buy these tickets. Don't buy tickets to this other event. That's all. That's it.
Let's see what SP3 has to say about it. Hello, SP3.
Hello, everyone. How y'all doing? How you doing,
Great.
Jeremy?
Sorry. Okay, people are saying that they're running Georgia the week before. So again, my Texas point stands though, because All In is in Texas. They are saying come buy tickets to this show in Texas the week after All In instead of All In show. That's what it is.
Worth noting, SmackDown is in San Antonio the night before as well on the 18th.
Okay.
So they're in Texas for a swing. It's just for me. That's why it's like doing it the week after All In when I guess you're in Texas, fine. But like, it's just the timing is weird to do another Saturday show for a house show, which you normally don't do.
I mean, they've been doing Saturday house shows.
This has more to do with trying to cut in on All In ticket sales, which is theoretically supposed to be going up now as to the WWE event. That's going to be in a close proximity to All In. So it's going to get the people that would have bought All In tickets to buy tickets to that show. And we all.
No, SP3's internet's awful.
His internet went bad real fast.
Fine. Yeah.
Wow. When does the Big 12 stuff start?
Week 0 is in Ireland. That's August. Yeah.
Okay. So worth noting again, I mentioned San Antonio on the 18th for SmackDown. Raw's in Houston on the 21st. So they are really just running that entire weekend in Texas. I guess they figure, well, we already have people here. We're going to have people here. It's just, I guess it's part of it is a timing thing. But again, like everything that we're talking about is exactly the point. Like it is running against All In, at least in terms of trying to get ticket sales. But also trying to, I guess, maximize their weekend in Texas.
Yeah.
Add another show and see if you can get more money out of it. It's just curious that it's like a company that doesn't do many house shows anymore is suddenly doing another house show.
Well, it's not curious. We know why they're doing
We
it.
know why. It's just it's interesting the week after. Welcome back.
Yeah, I don't know what happened
that may have been it.
on both of you. Yeah, WWE hacked me. WWE probably broke in, and they tend to do this whenever I'm putting my opinion about WWE and TKO's counter programming or business practices. They always come and get me. So
there's a little chip that goes off in Harlem's head. She goes over to the router and just yanks the cord.
Yep. She says, "Nah, screw this. Dad, I need to say shut up, Dad, but in other ways." So
it's the way you shut him up at that point. It's funny watching your internet completely go into business for yourself when you're doing this whole bit.
Pretty much, that's how it's doing.
Oh, all right. Are you all right? Are you back now?
I feel like SP3's internet is not going to cooperate with him.
How? It's
I don't know. I don't know what's going on now.
Got to get you one of those cables that go directly to your internet source. Got to get you plugged in. It's because SP3 wasn't into TNA enough. The point, he's gone again. The point I was trying to make was that with the Big 12 stuff, you know that they're going to be, trying to do more weekends with Big 12 activations going into SmackDown. So I thought maybe Texas was going to be involved because they're there, but then I saw Houston, and it's like, all right, everything is there. They're just running shows.
Yeah, they're just running shows, and they decided to add another show. Like, you get it, but there's also just reasons for it's not coincidences.
No, not at all. Not at all.
You're announcing a house show a month and a half before it was scheduled. Like, they announced their schedules way ahead of time with this stuff. So they just decided, hey, let's add a house show. And I don't think it's gonna cut into anything, mind you, but it's marketing, right? Like, even if Corpus Christi and Dallas aren't super close, you can still market to people around the Texas area. It's not always about like getting people in Dallas to go to Corpus Christi, or getting people in Corpus Christi to stop from going to Dallas, which I do think that's part of it. But it's those central, like, what's in between those two. You market to them like, hey, come to our show instead of this show. Like, that's all part of it.
Will you be making the trip to Texas?
I'm not leaving anywhere. No. I'm going to Michigan on Tuesday.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Why would anyone go to Michigan ever?
I want to see Kendrick.
Okay, yeah, that's a pretty good excuse.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you were going.
Wait, what do you mean you didn't realize I wasn't going? We've been talking about this.
Have we? I don't know. We've talked about a lot of things, Jeremy. King Pate wants you to go see him in Michigan.
I mean, I'm going to Detroit. I don't know where you're at in Michigan, King Pate, but I'm going to Detroit, and yeah, I'm going to see Kendrick. Yeah, I bought tickets Joel wasn't on that show.
I wasn't on that show. Otherwise, I would know. Yeah,
Kimmy had to fill in to kill time while I bought tickets on air. And yeah, Joel wasn't actually on that show, but it's definitely been mentioned. Like, you definitely knew this was a thing. You just forgot. I get it.
I probably wasn't paying attention half the time.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
Yeah. People mentioning he bought tickets on the air. I wasn't there. I was not on the show that day.
Yeah. I can confirm that Joel was not on the air for that particular episode. That was an episode that it was like a Friday episode. You just weren't there that episode. But we've definitely, it's definitely been brought up on the air that I'm going to Kendrick. Maybe he didn't realize it was in Detroit, but no, you did, because we talked about, I was hoping that Eminem was going to be a special guest, and you've made reference to that.
Yeah, no, all I think about is an Eminem concert with Eminem as a special guest. That's the conversation in my brain.
Fair. Fine. Regardless.
I know we talked about Eminem making a special stop somewhere, but I couldn't remember if it was Eminem and Kendrick shows up or Kendrick and Eminem. Okay, whatever. I can't remember what I did last night, guys. I don't know.
Fair. Regardless, I will be going to Michigan on Tuesday. I will probably not be on the show on Tuesday.
Neither will I.
All right. I mean, if you can't do the show, then like we can take the day off. But
solo SP3, my God. You're gonna give SP3
not with this internet. He's got to get his internet fixed by Tuesday.
That's true. Let's see. Did he reset his router? Let's find out. Welcome back, pal.
Guys, I love WWE and TKO in every way possible. For anything that I've ever said wrong about WWE on In the Weeds, I was wrong. As you see on my headline, I love the WWE, and it's put food in my kid's mouth for many, many years. So I don't appreciate any of the negative things you guys have said about WWE, because WWE has always been nice to me.
I've been very positive about all of wrestling today, SP3. So definitely not me saying anything negative about WWE.
Yeah. I was just I'm just making sure that my internet's working well, and it seems to be working well when I change my headline to I love WWE.
Are you sure? You good?
I don't know. You guys tell me. I don't know.
Seems to be okay.
All of a sudden, I just see spinning lines, and I know, oh, my internet's fucked.
It's not mine for once.
Yeah,
that's always a rare treat. Yeah,
it was definitely mine. And all I was trying to do is just come in for a run and check on my friend Jeremy. But once I went back and watched the beginning of the show, and I heard Jeremy get all excited about TNA, I was like, all right, he's delusional right now.
So TNA. It's a great show last night. I watched it.
Was it?
Yeah. I watched it this morning because I went to bed at like 8 o'clock, maybe 7:30. So I didn't get a chance to watch it live, but I got up.
Did you?
This morning. Yeah. I got up this morning and I watched it. It's a fantastic show. Everyone should watch the Monsters Ball match. That was one of the best matches of the week.
All right. If you say so. I watched it. I watched TNA this morning.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Fine. You're underselling it, SP3. You can't just come on the show and say it's
like Joel.
Fine.
I felt like Joel.
Oh, Mr. Negativity, SP3.
I was like,
here.
This is fine. This is a fine show.
Couldn't let any six-man tag in the main event.
I was just about to mention
all the moves.
I was just about to mention the six-man tag was good. That was the only good match that I saw on the show. The Monsters Ball was fun. The show overall, it was just fine. It was fine.
I thought the six-man was shite, and I watched it live. I spent more time leading into the six-man when I was watching the show live, trying to figure out who the six men in the match will be, because they never told us. And I was just like, okay. No. I mean, like live in the venue, like when they were doing the taping.
Oh, I forgot that you went to this.
Yeah. So I was with my friend, and we were just like, "Who's in this thing?" And I was like, "Okay, the Nemesis haven't wrestled, so they're definitely there. Matt Hardy for sure, and Leon Slater. Okay, so we got the two on each side. Now, who are the thirds?" And I was like, "Oh, Frankie, because Frankie ain't wrestling on this show right now." And so it's Frankie. And we're like, "Okay, so it's either Elijah or Santana." And they ended up doing Santana because they wanted to send. That's what this match was. This was the send the crowd home happy at the end of the night match, and that's what it was live. They did it. Santana got the win. Then they all got on the microphone and talked about how amazing the weekend was. And then everyone was like, TNA. And I was already like halfway out the door.
Wow.
I'm kind of scared that Santana's not going to get the shot at Slammiversary.
I think they'll do a number one contender shot at the TV tapings in Pennsylvania on the 20th, 21st. Because
the number one contenders match is going to be between Mike Santana and AJ Francis. Because I was like, the logical thing to do is to make that match for Against All Odds, and then they announce it's the first class penthouse.
They might do a triple threat or a four way if they want to get Kazarian in there. So they'll do Hendry, AJ, Santana, and maybe Kazarian, or a mini tournament. I don't know, because they have a month until the show, and they've got to tape they got to tape after Tempe for 2 weeks, and then they go to Pennsylvania. They do 2 nights there. That covers for 4 weeks. Whatever comes out of those is going to shape most of Slammiversary, if not all of it.
I think they should do a tournament. I like that idea. Just
last time we did that, we ended up doing a 6-man at the Slammiversary main event.
8-man.
That wasn't a tournament. That was just qualifying for the 6-man.
It was all shite.
8-man tournament is what they should do. They should utilize that high-end roster to do an 8-man tournament to crown.
All right, so we already got
contender.
We already got the 4. Who's the other 4 for this 8-man tournament, Jeremy?
All right, so wait, what are the 4 we have? We have Hendry, Kazarian, AJ, and Santana, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure that was the 4. You get Moose in there. He's the X Division champion. He deserves to be. So he deserves to be in this tournament. Former world champion. Get Moose. Get Macklin in there. I know he's the international champion.
He's just putting in champions at this point.
Champions should be part of this thing. You know, like it's the right to main event Slammiversary. Why wouldn't champions want to be part?
And they're all trying to go to take the title away from the WWE guys. So that works.
Sure.
You should get a WWE guy in there. Maybe Miles Bourne. Let's get Miles Bourne in this tournament.
Yeah, I think Edward Edwards is the guy I'd put in there.
The deadliest dropkick in the game, Miles Bourne.
Yeah.
And Eddie Edwards.
As many.
There's your other 4. You know, they got so much talent on this roster, and with the NXT crossover, you could do 16. Do a 16-man tournament.
Go ahead. Give us the 16.
Yeah, who's the other 8? Who's the other 8?
Why not?
Go ahead.
Okay. All right, we can use some more NXT talent. I assume this man's
No. Give me TNA. I want TNA talent. You said that the roster.
I also said with the WWE crossover, you could get up to 16.
Okay, so you're limited to 2 more NXT people, and then you have to name 6 TNA guys.
All right, that's fine. 2 more NXT people. So after he most likely loses on Tuesday, we'll get the Monster, the Reaper, the
let's go.
LFG Season 1 winner, Jasper
He's
Troy.
Crossing the line with Jasper Troy, the Monster, the Reaper.
He's gonna cross the line. That's right. All right. We get Mance Warner. All right. So that's 2. I got to get up to 8, right? Yeah. Mance Warner. He's going to be there as punishment. I even got storyline here. As punishment for losing and challenging the authority that is now Robert Stone, it's going to be Santino against Jasper Troy in the first round. So Santino is that. I got storylines, brother. Are you kidding me?
Stone already said he's going to ban Santino.
Now he's changed his mind. He's like, instead of banning would be too easy for you. I'm going to punish you. You're facing Jasper Troy in this thing. I got storylines up in here, brother. Don't come at me with this stuff. You get both Hardys. Matt's in there. Jeff's in there. Right. Nick, former champion. Get him in there. Leon Slater, get him in the tournament, and then your final NXT participants. 8 easy, brother. Your final NXT. We're gonna bring in a top tier talent here. He's going all the way to the finals, mind you, to lose to Mike Santana because Mike Santana is still gonna win. All the way to the finals. Ricky Saints, bringing in Ricky Saints for this thing. Yeah, top name. You want me to go to 32? I'll go 32.
I think you proved your point, sir. 16-man tournament, Mike Santana, Ricky Saints in the finals. Make it AEW Rampage on TNA. Let's go.
Put some respect on Santana.
I mean, look, we love Mike Santana, but he was on Rampage.
He's a Rampage guy. Like, I'm the guy that got a whole bunch of heat this week when I said that Mike Santana's an actual AEW fumble, unlike Ricky Saints.
That's accurate. Did you mention?
Yeah, like I'm sick of this. Like, let me now you're gonna make me rant on my guest appearance here. Like, I'm sick of this. People need to realize Ricky Saints is not a fumble. Could they have done more with him? Yes. But did they do a lot of stuff with him? Yes. So let's not say that it's a fumble. He's a former AEW World Tag Team Champion. He won the Owen Hart Cup. He feuded with CM Punk and Bryan Danielson. What the hell are y'all talking about? How is that a fumble? A fumble is a guy that never got opportunities. Mike Santana. That's a fumble.
Well, because Ricky wasn't made to be like the guy and win the real world's championship from CM Punk. That's why it was a big fumble.
In what world is Ricky Saints gonna be in like the top 5, top 6 of AEW? In what year? What year? I'll give you a year. Name a year where he's in the top 6 of AEW singles talent.
But the sickos wanted it.
What sickos wanted him to win the AEW World Championship?
All of them. That's why Tony fumbled, according to the sickos.
I guess that's what we're calling the NXT fans too, right?
Well, I mean, yes. no one's negating that one either. It's not like that Mariah May. That was the big old. That was the fumbliest fumble.
What were you trying to ask, Joel? You were trying to ask.
Did you put Ali in your slate there?
No,
he didn't actually.
And you also didn't put Elijah in there. I saw.
So okay, exactly. I could have gone to 32.
They love Elijah back there.
I could have gotten them.
Dreamer's a big Elijah guy.
I could have
Jason Hodge.
I didn't even get.
I'm a big Hodge guy.
I didn't even get that
Eric
Ryan
Young.
Nemeth in there.
No,
Yeah,
no
Eric
one gets
Young.
EY. It's fine. No, EY's fine. He's good.
Matt Cardona.
Sinner and Saint. Get
Sinner
both of
and
them.
Saint. They do have names. You remember their names?
Judas Icarus and Travis Williams.
Oh, there we go.
Joel, big TNA guy here. You kidding me?
He's the biggest TNA fan. He's proving his point right here. That's
True. He said he really, really loves TNA. Jeremy, what about Tessa Blanchard though?
Former TNA World Champion. We could throw her into the 32-man tournament.
We could throw her into a lot of things.
R-Truth. Ron the Truth Killing.
He gets a bye. He gets the winner of the Slammiversary match. He comes out and he starts singing "Get Rowdy," and he didn't even do "Get Rowdy" in TNA. He just comes out and starts doing that for no reason other than it's R-Truth, and he can do it.
I'm all for Ron Killings showing up.
All 3 colognes. Carlito, Primo, and Epico. Listen,
Lito knows that he's got to do it for me because of the junket when I asked him a TNA question and I accidentally said that he had a run when I was talking about his brothers having the run and I accidentally said he going back and he's just like, I never went. I was like, God damn it, that's not what I meant. So now he has the chance to prove me right. Go back, Lito. Go back. Monty Brown. There you go. Bring him back.
Brother. Yeah, man.
He's not on the call for that show.
Pounds.
I will be on the call for that show if Monty Brown shows up. I'll be acting like Booker T if Monty Brown shows up. Hell yeah.
Be doing some That's what you'll be doing.
You just need to give me AEW needs to be smart and book on either Supercard of Honor or All In a Monty Brown and Willow Nightingale mixed tag match.
Casino gauntlet, double pound spot. I don't care. Just make it happen. Figure it out. Do a men's and a women's casino gauntlet at the same time.
I think they might do that. They might
actually rule if they did it at the same time.
We got to get through Against All Odds first.
The great show tonight, 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock tonight.
Yep.
Looking forward to staying up late, watching my favorite wrestling promotion. Total nonstop action.
Very excited for that. I won't be up for that. I will be asleep by then. But, absolutely. That's why we're not doing a post show.
Fake fan.
If you want to do one, go ahead. You can do a solo.
You want to do Against All Odds post show with me?
Nah, I'm good on waking up at 6 a.m. in the morning.
God, all these
probably
fake
gonna.
TNA
I'm
fans.
gonna probably watch the first 2 hours of SmackDown because I love WWE.
I mean, I'll probably watch the first 2 hours of SmackDown because that's how long SmackDown lasts in this house.
I usually watch the first 2 hours. If it's not good, I go to sleep after the first 2 hours, and then I wake up in the morning and I'll watch the rest.
Oh, it could be the best
before
damn show
2.
going, and I'll be like, we'll catch the rest tomorrow. Let's go.
No, the last couple of weeks has been pretty decent. By pretty decent, I mean like a 6 out of 10, which is by SmackDown standards is like any other show getting a 9 out of 10.
Yeah,
So I've actually been watching. So
yeah, that's fine. I can go 10 out of 10. I'm still going to bed after 2 hours.
plus, I pissed off a lot of people by shilling for Naomi, the best character in WWE's women's division.
How could you have possibly pissed people off with that? Because it's a completely accurate depiction of fact.
I don't understand why either.
Oh, you know why?
I literally got a viral clip of me complaining about it on True Hill Heat. I was like,
why?
I'm being called I've reached a point in my podcasting career where I've been called both an AEW show and a WWE show. It's great. It's great. I've found the balance where I'm both.
Living the dream. No, you know why you got it? It's because you're talking about a match that includes Alexa Bliss and Rhea Ripley, and to a certain degree Stephanie Vecchio. That's why. And
I love Stephanie. I love Stephanie Vecchio.
But you didn't pick and ride with any of those three. You went with Naomi, who doesn't have such a vocal stan Twitter.
Well, to be fair, Alexa Bliss character, I don't know what her character is at this point. It's like a mixture of all of her different characters in one. Rhea Ripley is just this cool character, but I think that we've already left the peak of like creatively where they can get her as far as when she was in the Judgment Day. And that's why Naomi is a lot more layered than all those other characters. She's the best character in WWE's women's division. Stephanie Vecchio is just incredible in the ring and just has this aura and look about her that just gets is getting the fandom crazy. I don't think it's like the character though. Her character is basically, I was 10 years old and I wanted to be in WWE, and now I'm in WWE. Look at me, La Primera.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was the Cruiserweight Classic in 2016 too. I slept in my car until I got an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't think you deserve any any slander for riding with Naomi for this particular match, because she should have the Money in the Bank briefcase. It is a fleshed out character. It's one that's getting more and more, play every single week. Why wouldn't she win the briefcase? She's the perfect candidate for the briefcase. It should be Naomi.
I just love her crying on cue. Some actors don't know how to cry on cue.
Oh, but if you ask the wrestling fans, they're just like, that's what you learn in day one of acting, is crying on command. And you're like, all right, sure, pal.
Sure. I've seen a whole bunch of actors not be able to do that. I used to act myself. I don't know how to cry on cue.
You just think about that one time when you're done.
You find that place. Mommy in the Bank shirts. People want that. People
want
Rhea Ripley to win.
Yeah, Lily in the Bank. You buy Lily and she transforms into a briefcase. She keeps Lily in the briefcase.
What if they made like Lily? Have they not done like Money in the Bank, like piggy banks? Have they not done that? This is a free idea.
That's also porcelain, and those are expensive, and they're hard to ship.
You can make them like plastic or rubber. You can do something like that.
And then they can buy the rights to 50 Cent piggy bank. Clickety clank, clickety clank. The money goes into my piggy bank.
What a hook! I
get at you. Yo, he was the master of hooks in the 2000s, man.
Plus 50 rules.
Did y'all see this shirt that kind of went around from the Superstore?
What?
This body shop. And people started being like, "Oh, that's amazing! It's diva coded and all this stuff." And I was like, "You should probably do a little Googling as to what the body shop is in LA." Do y'all have any idea? I don't think so. I see the look on your faces.
I assume it's like a tattoo place.
It's a strip club.
Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure that sounds like a strip club name to me.
I didn't want to say strip club because I'm like, there's no way it's a strip club. So I just went tattoo. But Yeah, strip club was the obvious answer. I was trying to not be obvious, but
And then it also says established in 1986, and I was like, yep,
That-
definitely sounds like
what's it? 1960.
Oh,
Okay, it says
1966.
Yeah.
That strip club's been there since 1966. What an establishment!
1960.
1960. Wow, what an establishment!
So if you go to the website for this place, so this is why I did it, because I was like, we have the Body Shop in Canada. I don't know if it still exists in the States, but like it was like Bed Bath and Beyond, but more on like the body stuff, so like soaps and creams and stuff. And we used to have that in Canada. But I saw like the Body Shop. That's awkward. That's weird. And then I went looking. I was like, Body Shop LA, and I was like, oh, it's a strip club. And I had to cross-reference it. And I was like, when did they open? Because any strip club that's been open since the 60s is going to tout that. And it says like open since the 60s. I was like, yeah, that's the same one. I feel like it's not real. I feel like this shirt has to be photoshopped. But like, kudos to that person, because I saw it and like they said it was at the Superstore. So if someone goes to the Superstore in LA this weekend, go take a photo of this thing, because them partnering with a strip club is just hilarious.
A Magic City shirt in Atlanta, since they're going to be there for 3 events. That would actually rule. That's a good shout, Terrence.
Magic City.
I
Let's
hope
go.
they do that. They have to do that.
Magic, the great American Magic City.
Pinups. Yeah, the pinups shirt as well. There you go.
Oh, it's perfect. Yeah, but going back to the women's Money in the Bank, I think it really does come down to Naomi. She is the rightful choice out of all these women, in my opinion. You can get away with doing purple Mommy in the Bank briefcases, and it's a big marketing thing. But you can also do a Naomi caution tape briefcase, because I'm talking from like a marketability standpoint.
I feel like there's no bad choices outside of Rhea Ripley and Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Alexa Bliss should win, but she should win by like going like that, and the briefcase just floats down to her and into her hands, and that's how she wins. And then the briefcase, the black goo starts coming out of the briefcase. That's how Alexa Bliss should win. I'm also willing to go the lights go down and the Wyatt shut down, and Alexa's just on top of the ladder, and she just gets it that way. Like
Yeah,
everybody's like down in the ring. Yeah, that's how it happens. Yeah, see, Alexa Bliss gamer, who of course knows all the Alexa Bliss lore. Yeah, she tries. She's succeeding in my world. She's succeeding here. We're not trying to just have the briefcase levitate down. She's succeeding. They need to do the spot again where like she locks eyes with somebody and they like mime everything. Who should do that with, like Zelina or something? That absolutely ruled when they had him on the ladder and she like mimed it where there's like, climb down. And then she scampered up the ladder real quickly before they understood what was going on. They got to do that shit again. That ruled. No, I want 2021 Alexa Bliss. I want the black goo mind control Alexa Bliss. That Alexa ruled. This is terrible, whatever she's doing. I actually think it's fine. Like it's not.
It's just fine. It's not stupid like 2021.
Yeah, we need more stupid. This is stuff that I'm out
I
here.
don't understand why you like stupid so much.
It's pro wrestling.
Stupid.
I know I can enjoy something being stupid. I think that Anarchy in the Arena was a lot of stupid and it was fantastic every bit of the way. But like no, I don't want no goofy stuff like a floating briefcase.
Yeah, that rules.
It's just goofy.
Mind control? Come on.
No, I'm good.
Remember when people paid $400 a pop for Alexa Bliss cameos?
I got it. The lights go down, right? And when they come back on, it's not Alexa Bliss on top of the ladder. It is that blonde lady from NXT, but it's Lily. She is Lily come to life, and she grabs the briefcase and hands it to Alexa. That we've missed it all along. It was all red herring the way they debuted that blonde.
What blonde lady are you talking about? You talking about Lainey Reed?
No,
Who's-
the glamorous one that just
yeah,
showed up.
the one who showed up and is like gonna
Yeah.
make the division glamorous.
I
She
think
doesn't-
The artist formerly known as Mariah May.
I
She
think her name is April, May, June.
she doesn't have a name, but it's gonna turn out she's Lily. She's Lily come to life, and that is how Alexa Bliss wins the briefcase.
I'm going with Naomi for the win.
You see, they call her April, May, June because those were the months in which she was inactive in AEW.
Exactly. No pop.
You gotta wait a little longer to do that.
I don't.
You guys really don't want me to be here. You guys
don't.
You're the one who pitched to it on a Friday where you show up.
I really feel like y'all are pushing me out the door.
Trust me,
The two people that are like in a relationship, and you got the third wheel there, so you play some slow romantic music so they get the cue that it's time to leave. Like that's how I feel this whole bit.
Why wouldn't you insert yourself further? Be like, oh, we're going there, are we? Just don't read the cues, just lean in. You know better.
You turn off the lights and stuff. And
I see where this is going. Click, click. you just take off your pants and be like, let's get wild.
I guess it's time for me to leave. I guess so. Like,
speaking of Wild, do you think Taylor Wilde is going to be one of the special appearances tonight at Against All Odds? She's a former champion.
I think Trevor Lee is going to be the tag team partner of the Hardys and Slater.
Good show.
I think it's Jake something until it actually is Jake something.
Well, he's not a former champion, so you wouldn't count.
I don't think the former champion is one of the tag partners for. I don't think one of the two champions teased is one of the tag partners in this match.
Okay. I mean, the two champion. When I saw two champions or come in multi-time champions in TNA, I was like, oh, it must be the Good Brothers.
Yeah, that would rule. The Good Brothers get that bag.
I think the guy who likes booking the Good Brothers doesn't work there anymore.
Doesn't matter. The Good Brothers
doesn't matter. The Good Brothers always get the check.
Carlos Silva having dinner with the Good Brothers. They just look at Carlos and be like, "You dork! What's up with your hat, dork?"
They're about.
Anyone ever ask Carlos Silva why he has that hat? I want to know.
They don't care who's booking the show. They just care about that cash.
Who are your champs now? The Nemets? We can make it better.
Yeah, Good Brothers come in as baby faces and we beat them. Magic Killer 1, 2, 3, just too sweet.
Where's Rocky, our manager? Rocky, come talk to Carlos. You two have a lot in common. I love, by the way, the Hechicero match. I know you talked about it on Spotlight, and you guys talked about it last night. Hechicero teaming with Don Callis' family as he's about to go against Don Callis' family at CMLL the week after this. That's fantastic stuff.
Maybe Hechicero was infiltrating the family, and Don Callis didn't realize it.
Yeah, that's right. There's one thing Don Callis is: it's stupid to wrestlers.
Don Callis is like, yeah, we'll take Hechicero, one of the greatest luchador, not one of the greatest luchador.
The
ever.
Greatest luchador in wrestling history, he called them.
That's something. The inspiration coming tonight. My God. My God.
I wouldn't mind that. Knockouts tag team division needs something. Damn, man.
They don't need that, tell you that much.
Hey, they need something. They just lost Spitfire. Spitfire was the best.
And then they gave you Harley Hudson and Mila Grace. And you will
They
take.
can only have 2 knockouts tag teams at a time.
3.
What is it?
3. There's only 3 at a time. I don't know. One that they're going to make up again.
Exactly. The inspiration.
It's always established team, thrown together team, and then newly thrown together team. It's only 3 at a time in the rotation. The Hex come around when they need a reset. Oh God, it's going to be the Hex. They're going to show up.
Disrespecting the inspiration.
Well, anyway, you have to watch that match. The men's Money in the Bank. Let's touch on that real quick. So let's go at LA Knight. Yeah. Penta, Seth Rollins, Andrade, and El Grande Americano. Who's going to walk out with the briefcase? They're very heavy-handed on the Seth Rollins briefcase win. Is it a red herring, or are they just going to kind of go for it?
Seems too obvious And I literally shut down Ricky Chino when he first suggested this to me. But the more days that have passed, I'm like, and I did after my conversation with Jimmy Backerham yesterday, it's definitely going to be LA Knight because they always are late on the ball. Where he was way more over in 2023 and 2024, and he's significantly less over in 2025. That's usually when WWE says, "You know what? It's your turn. We missed the boat, but the boat came back around. It's your turn." So yeah, that's why LA Knight will probably win.
Jeremy,
It's the lights are going to go down.
careful with him. That guy's not around anymore.
And Chad Gable is going to be at the top of the ladder. And he's going to grab the briefcase and hand it to El Grande Americano to prove that they are not the same people.
All right, guys. I enjoyed our conversation here. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3 and True Hill Heat YouTube channel. Me and Maggie at 1:05 p.m. Eastern.
Hold on. You never heard my pitch for Money in the Bank winner.
Go ahead, Joe.
There's been a lot to do about El Grande Americano winning the briefcase, and Chad Gable.
Has there?
Yeah. The internet's been all about it. It's kind of weird. At first, I thought I was being original, and then Gable loses at Worlds Collide. He does not beat Vikingo, and instead we go to Triple Mania in what is it, in July, August, whenever that is.
It's like June 15th, I think.
Is it even better? It doesn't matter. The week after, get rid of that briefcase even faster. El Grande Americano has the briefcase, cashes in on Vikingo, becomes the Mega Campeon, but then Rey Fenix, who is a former champion, comes out and he's like, no, this isn't happening. This is not how we do things in AAA. And then Penta comes out and he's like, yeah, that's right. We don't do it like this. We do things honorably here in this company. And then all of a sudden, a masked man comes out of nowhere, takes out Penta and Phoenix, gets into the ring, goes up next to El Grande Americano, and he takes off the mask that he's wearing. He's back. Hey, where'd he go? I guess his internet got him again.
His internet cut out.
Well, now he won't hear the best parts. El Grande Jericano. El Grande Canadiano. Wow, I can't believe his internet. Just kind of.
What if Joel, the lights go down, and Chad Gable hands the briefcase to El Grande Americano, and El Grande Americano unmasked, and it is Chris Jericho.
Jericho's under the El Grande Americano mask.
Yeah,
I'm all about it.
Yeah,
I'm all about it. And then Jericho goes on to wrestle it all in, and he has a match against the Big Boom AJ.
Yeah,
but it's for the briefcase, and Big Boom AJ wins. So now we've got the cross-branded match.
Yeah.
So now Big Boom AJ can go ahead and win the AEW World title.
No. Big Boom wins the briefcase.
Okay.
Boom in the bank. And he cashes in on John Cena. And Big Boom ends the reign of John Cena.
That's what John Cena wants. He wants a YouTuber as a world champion.
What do you guys want us around? I'm just pitching Big Boom winning the WWE Championship.
Everybody wants Big Boom to be doing more. They're all like, oh, AEW, I love Big Boom. And I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, Big Boom. Let's go. Boom in the bank is a crime. That's true. That's a kaboom in the bank.
I think this is good.
How does the Rizzler fit into all this?
He just goes like that.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, that's all you need.
That's all he does.
That's all he needs to do. That's Big Risen right there.
The Rizzler doesn't do anything else. That's what the Rizzler does.
That's what it is. Is there anything announced for SmackDown tonight?
Yeah, there's a lot announced.
Oh, there is, because it's the night before the big show. Oh, this is not really. There's 3 things announced.
Well, there's a lot of wrestlers announced.
It's a lot of talent. That's about it. There's not much else to talk about, is there, for the weekend? I mean, We went through the Money in the Bank card. Is your official person for Money in the Bank? Who's your men's winner?
I think Seth.
Seth seems too obvious, but I can see it.
Okay.
I still love the idea of doing a Grande Americano. And then afterwards have Triple H be like, well, you guys found out that I hate it, so I decided to lean into that. Don't believe the dirt sheets. Bret Hart's got it right. Rizzler versus Honey Boo Boo. She's all grown up now. I don't think you want to do that,
I
Bret.
haven't heard that name forever.
Yeah, someone posted a photo of her. I think she just graduated from high school. College seems a little too far, but also might be accurate because it's been 25 years. 20 years since Honey Boo Boo.
Okay.
Right?
I
She was a
don't
child
know.
then. So I'm guessing maybe she graduated from school, from high school. Weird. Anyway, the Rizzler versus Mr. Iguana definitely is the reason. That's why you have them over. Would you do it?
No.
Would Rizzler eat the iguana?
What? No, stop.
What? I'm just asking questions.
Mm.
Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso are under the same roof as John Cena and Logan Paul. That is legitimately what the SmackDown preview says for tonight from WWE.com.
What if they're not under the same roof? What if like Cena and Logan are in the building and Jay and Cody are just outside? It's like, we are under the sky and you are under the roof. And the roof is the ceiling. That's it.
I mean, it's kind of like the time when you had KO in the Rogers Center going into Elimination Chamber and Sammy was in the other venue for the night. I think were they in Scotiabank? Wherever they were that night for SmackDown. They were in one and then KO was in the other, and it was interesting, but I don't think we're gonna get that tonight. I think it'll just be everybody goes and then John Cena gets beat up and the baby faces stand tall going into Money in the Bank. Because that's what you do with John Cena, right?
No, John Cena is going to get laid out because always gets laid out. That's the only idea they have.
Every Money in the Bank superstar is set to be on SmackDown.
Yeah.
That includes Seth Rollins, Solo Sikoa, El Grande Americano, Penta, LA Knight, Andrade, Rhea Ripley, Stephanie Vaqueros, Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Naomi, and Julia. Don't miss this combustible SmackDown, is what they're saying. And then the women are going to do a 6-woman tag team. So I'm sure the men will as well. But you'll have Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, and Stephanie Vaqueros teaming up to take on Naomi, Roxanne Perez, and Julia. Will Roxanne Perez walk out on her team, or will Naomi walk out on her team? Who's going to walk out on their team?
Naomi will probably lose, and then that'll telegraph that she's winning.
That's fair. Why is Julia on that side of the ledger? Why isn't Bliss the heel?
Alexa's not a heel.
Is she not? I don't know.
No.
What are we doing?
No, Alexa's not a heel. Julia is a heel.
Julia is a heel because she came in with Roxanne once upon a time?
Yeah, very funny that Julia and Roxanne had their split and now they're just teaming again because they're both in Money in the Bank and both heels.
I just looked at that. I was like, wait a minute. We've been here before.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And Stephanie Vaqueros is just like, yeah, I know I'm here. That's all that's going on for SmackDown tonight. There's just those 3 big combustible elements on a action-filled SmackDown going into Money in the Bank. I might not even watch SmackDown. Who am I kidding?
I hope they do the promos on the ladders with the men, just for old time's sake.
That'd be fun. You could have LA Knight being all weird and funny.
Yeah.
On top of a ladder. One of these men should be scared of climbing a ladder, and it should be Solo Sikoa.
Has Solo Sikoa climbed a ladder before?
I don't know. Has Solo Sikoa ever been in a ladder match of any kind? I can't think of a time when he has.
I don't think so.
He's definitely not been in Money in the Bank, right? This is his first.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he was in a 5-way ladder match. A stand-in
for the North American title?
Yeah, that's right. Cameron Grimes, Mello, Grayson Waller, Santos Escobar, and Solo Sikoa.
All right.
There we go. Solo tried to climb the bloodline ladder, and that didn't turn out very well. Oh, there you go. So he's done 1 ladder match before, which makes him uniquely qualified for this match.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we need to get it through, or can we go home early for once?
A lot of great wrestling this weekend, everybody. Everybody enjoy the wrestling. You should watch it all because there's so much to watch. I'm going to listen to Lil Wayne's new album, I guess, although I heard it's not very good, but I still want to give it a listen just for just to see for myself, just to hear for myself if it is good or not.
And finally, because we need to put it out there,
Are you stupid or are you dumb?
Kamille's okay. She's not on TV, but she's okay. Fightful Select reported last night that those close to Kamille have been very quiet about her time off, which has exceeded about 6 months. However, based on what we've heard, she won't be back soon, but for a better reason. According to Fightful Select, we're told that much like Wardlow, Kamille has an upcoming television project she's working on that will keep her busy through part of the summer. We have not heard if a similar meeting occurred that led to Wardlow not being brought back for any of those kinds of reasons. But when asking around AEW about the absence, we're told that the talent were effectively in the dark about her absence and didn't hear a specific reason. It's believed that Tony Khan didn't feel like Mercedes' partnership was working, but it was clarified that Mercedes was willing to work with Kamille and do a match, but it didn't happen. That was something discussed back in December. As of right now, she's been benched for the last 6 months, but will be out working on a television project this summer. Plenty of time is left on her deal, and she's continued to do signings, but Kamille has not wrestled since her absence outside of a battle royal on the indies. There's your update on Kamille, according to Fightful Select. Best $5.99 in the business. She's okay, folks.
Good for Kamille. Who knows when she'll be back?
Well, presumably after the summer at this rate.
Yeah.
It was a very interesting thing to read last night, 10 o'clock when it got posted on Fightful Select. So there you go. Go watch wrestling this weekend. Or don't. Drop comments. That one you have to do. That's not a or don't. That you have to do. Leave a thumbs up. That you have to do as well. And we're back on Monday. Hopefully Jeremy is as well going to be back with us on Monday. Since he's off on Tuesday, we don't want you running from the grind. Rob and Maggie are live at 3 o'clock if you're watching us live right now, so go check them out, 3 o'clock Eastern. And we're gonna go enjoy the weekend. Plenty to talk about with Worlds Collide, Money in the Bank, TNA. I know Jeremy's very excited about that. So we'll be back Monday. Anything you left to plug for you, Jeremy?
Watch all of the wrestling this week, folks. Every single ounce of it.
Yeah, do that. For Jeremy Lambert, you know who I am. Ladies and gentlemen, friends of me on the binary, go enjoy your weekend. And we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.